Alright guys, so this week's video is going to be a week of homemaking. You may be able to tell that my voice is pretty much gone. I have been sick this week, so I really had to prioritize this week's tasks different than normal. So for my daily routines, I really tried to just keep things as simple as possible. My morning routine, my evening routine, some of those things happened. Not everything happened, but I thought I'd show you kind of the things that I did try to do every day, whether they happened first thing in the morning or the middle afternoon. Some of the things I was able to pass on and let somebody else in my home take care of, but I focused on making sure that our bed was made when I actually got out of the bed, because it just makes the room feel better. I worked on making sure that our dinners were extremely simple. We did a lot of one-pot meals, and we did things that did not require recipes. I also ran my robot vacuum several times. I knew that I was not going to have the energy to do like a full weekly home blessing, and so I just used my robot vacuum and let that be that. I did spend a good bit of time each day doing laundry, simply because when we don't have clothes to clean, or rather when we don't have clothes clean, it just creates a lot of chaos. So I did make sure that I tried to stay on top of laundry, and then I also enlisted my kids to help me with this. They did a good job. But this week, like I said, it was all about making priorities, because I knew I was not going to be able to do everything. The other thing that I did is each day I tried to do a little bit of something. So I have like a weekly focus, like daily focuses that I do every day. Each day is something different that I focus on, and I tried to do at least one little thing each day that helped me continue to make progress in those areas.
Got an ache inside of me. It's a deep hole where I bleed. Oh, can I seal it? You're like an ocean without land, not a single grain of sand. I'm drifting on it. So cold yet warm, when you hold me, when you close. I know
other things that I made sure that I did each day was straighten up the living room. I like to make sure that the blankets are folded and the pillows are fluffed, because it just makes the room feel completely different. And then of course I made sure that dishes were taken care of. We usually have dishes to do after breakfast, after lunch, and then also after dinner. And I will say that my kids and my husband did a great job helping me stay on top of this. I did not do all of our dishes this week. I probably did them the most during lunch, and everybody else really pitched in and helped a lot. So just remember, if you're not feeling great, if you have somebody that can help, enlist the help. I know sometimes when your husband works a lot or your kids are really young, you just kind of have to just do it anyway. I've been there. I definitely understand, but I'm in a season where my kids are a little bit older, and so I let them help, and it felt good to be able to have some help. I was very thankful. Mondays are my kitchen days. I typically straighten up the pantry, clean out the fridge. I go grocery shopping. I run errands, things like that. It's usually a pretty heavy day. This particular day, I definitely did not have the energy for all of that. I ordered groceries. My husband picked them up, but I did spend a few minutes organizing the pantry. I feel like I organized the pantry in so many videos, and it's just because it goes from super organized to chaos very quickly. So I try to just stay on top of it. I straighten it up most weeks. A lot of times there's things that, need to be shoveled around, or food that needs to be put in the proper containers, or just whatever. So that's kind of what I did. I didn't spend a lot of time doing this, but it made a really big difference. I straightened up like the cabinet that we keep extra food in over the refrigerator, and then also our pantry, and then also like another cabinet. I ended up taking some food and snacks that had kind of landed there and put some like bigger containers in there. It just made more sense. So all of this felt a lot better. And then once our groceries came, it was really easy to just put everything away. So again, it felt good to kind of make myself do something productive this day, even though that was basically all I did. That's okay. All right, so on Tuesday is typically my weekly home blessing. And like I said, I have been sick, and I knew I was not going to have the energy to do an entire hour of cleaning. There's just no way. Even if I break it down into little chunks, I just wasn't going to be able to do it. I needed to be able to do something though. So I decided that because I had spent the week before kind of in bed sick for several days, that I would just take the time to clean our bedroom, because I felt like it was the room that really needed it the most. So I spent just a few minutes. I wiped things down, dusted things. I'm using a microfiber cloth and like wiping down handles like on dressers and my nightstand, things like that. And then I also, I just gave the room a really good vacuum, and doing just that made such a difference in the room, in the way the room felt. So I was really glad I took the time to do this. And like I said, that was really all I had the energy for this day. And that's okay. I did what I could, but I did do something, and it was progress. The good thing is that when you have routines, cleaning routines in place, you never really truly fall behind as long as you are continuing to make progress. So next week, when I'm feeling better, I'm just going to pick my routines back up, and everything, will eventually get cleaned again, and everything will be back on track, and it won't be a big deal. So that is one thing that I definitely recommend having, is some kind of cleaning routine, because when you have an off week or you're sick or something happens, whenever you are back to normal and things are, going like they should be, it's easy to know exactly where to start, what to do next, and you're able to just keep things moving forward. And for the record, even though my bed was made when I was done doing this, I totally got back in the bed and took a nap.
The grave.
And you can tell from this canister that my carpet definitely needed to be vacuumed. So this room is put back together. And like I said, I ended up taking a nap that afternoon, but it was really nice to have that done. So Wednesday is a very homeschool heavy day for me. Now, my kids are 17 and 13. I've got two boys that I homeschool, and they do a lot of their things, on their own. But on Wednesdays, that is the day that I do some things with them. It's also the day that I have set aside to grade papers and work on things like that. So that is what I did this day. I didn't really do anything other than that, and then just kind of my, daily routines. Now, Thursday, this was actually my son's birthday, and the only thing I did was clean sheets, because it was clean sheets day for me. And like I said, I didn't do a lot, but I did do that. And so I got something done. Every week, you're not going to be able to knock it out of the park. All right, so Friday was a field trip day for us. So on Saturday, I had a project that I needed to tackle, and I was actually feeling a lot better by Saturday. But what you're seeing is planner stuff. As someone that reviews planners and makes planner content, this is my reality, all of this stuff. And it has been very overwhelming to me recently. And so I decided that since we were moving, I needed to make some changes. This particular project was really going to accomplish two things for me. Now, if you saw my video earlier this year, you saw that I am using the Passionate Penny Pincher Home Planner and then also an Erin Condren Daily Duo. And that works really well for me. But because we are in a season where we are in the process of moving, there's kind of a lot of things going on with that. I have been just kind of overwhelmed in general. I have a lot of lists that I'm needing to make, and I feel like I keep losing things, can't remember where I put things. So for this season, I had to make the really hard choice to move into a different planner. And it's not that I don't love the planners that I was in, I just needed to simplify. So what I decided to do is I needed to move into a planner that I could use and have everything in one place. It was just too much having a weekly planner, a daily planner, a notebook with lists. It was just too much. So I am moving back into my day designer, and thankfully, because I do review planners, I have planners just kind of laying around. And the daily designer, not the daily designer, the day designer planner, it's a weekly planner, but it also has a section of daily pages in it. And then it also has a section in the back that has room for lots of different lists. So for this season, right now, I needed everything in one place. So right here, I'm going through my last year's planner. I'm going through the two planners that I have been using this year, and I'm going through some other like notebooks and things and making sure that I don't have any random notes or random dates or something that are just kind of stuck there. I'm getting them and transferring them into the planner that I'm going to be using for right now. I may stay in the day designer for a long time. I may get back into the Passionate Penny Pincher Home Planner once we get moved and settled. We'll just see. It's hard to make decisions about planners when you like all the planners for a lot of different reasons. I was super happy, like I said, in the Passionate Penny Pincher Planner. I like the system. I like the planner. I like all the things about it. I just, in this season, needed more room for random lists. So I had to make that decision to do that. But the other thing is I needed to limit all of my choices for things. You're going to see I have lots of pens. I have lots of highlighters. I have lots of stickers. And I need all of that stuff to be packed away for right now. I don't need to see it. I don't need to have it as an option. I need to be able to plan with just a pen, a couple of highlighters if I want to make things stand out. And I need it to be simple. So I decided that while I was doing all of this, because I have so much of this stuff, I was going to pack up all of my planner stuff so that it is ready to move. And I am not going to look at it until after we are moved into our new home. So that is what this project was today. I thought about decluttering, but I don't know yet what my office situation is going to be in our new house. I don't know yet if I'm going to be sharing an office or if I'm going to have my own office. I don't know yet. I don't have an office space for me personally in this house. So I decided not to declutter yet because I just don't really know what the situation is going to be. So I'm just kind of going through and picking the things that I need for right now and then packing up the rest. It was a long process. I've got a lot of stuff, but it needed to be done. As I am looking at all of this stuff, like as I'm editing, I am seeing again how much stuff this really and truly is. And I feel like I wasn't ready to make any decisions about decluttering, but I'm pretty sure that there is going to be a lot of this that is decluttered for sure, no matter what my office situation is, because it's just a lot. It's not necessary. I'll, keep things I need to keep to do videos and things like that. But the other thing is I had that cart that was like stuffed. It was so full, and it was crazy to me how much stuff was actually there and how much I was able to condense it down into one tote, which you'll see here in a little bit. But it's kind of really making me think about how I really want to store the things that I do keep, because I don't think that this cart was necessarily the best way to go about it. But anyway, I will say that in the end, I decided to keep my passionate penny pincher stuff not packed away. I have a place for it in my homeschool closet right now. That way, if I need to grab it or reference it or, use it for some kind of content or something like that, I do still have easy access to it. Because like I said, you guys, I really love that planner, and it was really, really, really hard for me to decide to do this. But I just really and truly needed more room for lists, and I needed everything in one place. So you can see I am making progress. Everything always gets worse before it gets better. I initially wanted to pack everything in the extra Erin Condren boxes that I had, those like corally orange boxes right there, but things didn't really fit in there very well. And so there was just a lot of wasted space. So I ended up just packing everything in one big tote, this little fabric tote, and I got pretty much everything in that. I had a handful of things that were just kind of trash. My cart is empty, and it felt really, really, really good to get this project done, because now I am not so overwhelmed. All of that stuff, it's being packed away. I'm not keeping any of it out. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You kind of got to see a peek at some of my homemaking for the week. You can see these are the things that I'm keeping out. I did keep one extra notebook just because sometimes it's nice to have a notebook handy. This is a smaller one that has like some sections. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope that it motivated you to get some things done in your own home. If you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing down below, and I will see you guys.